I just don't feel like it's me anymore. That was a bad idea. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jillian and I make videos on my journey toward living a more minimal and intentional life. I really want to get my wardrobe in a place where I don't have clothing that I don't wear, or I don't have clothing that I only wear out of guilt over not wearing it. And I thought what I would do is I would pull out my clothing rack that I use to display my coats and jackets right now, and then go through every category in my wardrobe. And I want to also inventory all of my clothing, but I think that might be in a different video. I have 10 categories of clothing to go through. There are my coats and jackets, blazers, vests and light jackets, tops, sweaters, shirts, cardigans, because that's a separate category all on its own, pants, skirts, dresses, and shoes. And those are the 10 categories that I will be going through today on my clothing rack. So let's get started with that. So these are all of my coats and jackets. The majority of these have been thrifted over the years. I do have 3 more jackets downstairs, my long black puffer coat, a popover green puffer jacket, and then a short puffer coat. And I keep those in our coat closet downstairs because I use those to walk the dog or just to go outside for a walk. And then these are more of the coats that I wear when we go out. So I would consider these a little more stylish. So I think there's only one jacket here that I want to get rid of, and it's actually this khaki wool jacket that I got, I think, back in 2019. I think it's really cool, and I've kept it because I think it's just a really nice jacket. It's wool, it's got a really great shape. Only problem is that it's a little bit too big for me, so this one is going to go. We'll do a rough inventory now, but I want to do a more organized inventory later. So that leaves me with 7 jackets and 3 coats, and then I have this jean jacket on the back here that I actually don't plan to wear very often. However, I want to put it up on my wall because my daughter and I did matching jackets to go to a Taylor Swift concert, and we hand painted them with TS 2024, and then we have the 13, and then we have like a single thread of gold going down each of our arms so that when we held hands it was like connecting us. And I love this, and we'll take it out every now and then and wear our matching jackets, and maybe if she ever does another concert we can get tickets and add like a new date to it. I just want to display this in my room to remember a fabulous evening. I'm already happy that I'm doing this because it's really helpful to see everything in one place in a category. So vest, light jackets, and blazers. I know that there's a couple in here that I can get rid of. This is my absolute favorite vest. I will wear this vest over any other vest, so this one is definitely staying. I did think I was going to declutter this black vest. I bought it as a placeholder for my like dream black vest, which would actually be a black version of this blue one, but I have not found that vest yet, and I was going to get rid of it, but I actually wore it the other day, so I'm going to hang on to this one until I find the perfect black vest, and then I'll pass this one on. I've had it for a lot of years and I wore it quite a bit. However, I just don't feel like it's me anymore. I don't reach for it. I don't imagine I'll reach for it. I will reach for this one over this one every time. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. I have this leather vest. I have not worn it this winter, but it is probably one of a handful of really great things that I have thrifted, and I feel like it should stay in my wardrobe for now. And maybe it just needs to be one of those pieces that I never declutter. I'm not really sure how to deal with those items yet, but I think that's something that I will figure out over the course of the year. but this one's gonna stay for now. This is a vest I made. It is reversible and I made it from a top pattern. I just didn't add the sleeves and I like it, but every time I try to wear it, I end up taking it off for some reason. I don't know if it's the bright white or the fabric. I made it from a vintage blanket. So I'm actually going to get rid of this one. I don't love it. And I have gotten over the fact that if I made something like at first I would have a hard time letting it go, but I don't feel like that anymore. I just like to send it out and hope that somebody else enjoys it. This was an impulse buy during my little rebound after my no-buy year. I think it's super cute. I wore it once. I tried wearing it again. And honestly, if you can't wear it during the holiday season, when are you ever going to wear this vest? I am not into novelty clothing and I wish I hadn't bought this, but I'm going to send it back out into the secondhand market so somebody else can enjoy it. I'm keeping this for now. I actually had this very brief thought that I might buy things at the thrift store to resell, and then I remembered that I don't really like reselling things, but I kind of really liked this when I tried it on. I actually think that orange looks good on me, which I was very surprised by. I've always thought I'm a winter, so orange wouldn't work on me, but maybe it's different shades of orange. I'm not much into color analysis. I just kind of go by how good I feel when I wear something, and I actually feel really good in this. So I'm going to hold on to this and see if I wear it. I envision it more in the spring, but maybe it'll be really cute with like a jacket or a vest underneath. This navy vest underneath orange could look really cute. This velvet little jacket is part of a matching set, and I thrifted this probably in 21, and I think I have worn this either by itself or with the skirt less than 5 times, so it is going to go. This is also a blazer that I had planned to declutter in the past, but I've pulled it back out, and the reason is because it's gorgeous and it fits me perfectly, but there is nowhere that I'm going to wear this jacket. And I think that there is somebody out there who will love this piece and they will wear it and they will give it the life that it deserves. And that is not going to be with me. So I am officially letting go of it this time. I do still have 3 blazers. I love these blazers. I wore these blazers a lot. And then the final jacket in this category is this gorgeous little vintage beaded jacket. This is one of the most gorgeous things I've ever found in my life. So this stays. So moving on to shirts. These 2 shirts I'm going to move into my summer storage. I just don't see me wanting to wear either of these more than say this one, because they're just going to be used for layering right now. This is one of the shirts that I picked up when I entertained the idea of being a reseller, and I kind of thought, oh, I'll get this, and then even if I decide to not do this, it looks nice and I could wear it in the spring. But if I'm being honest, I won't wear it in the spring, so I'm going to send it back into the secondhand market. This is one I also recently thrifted that I really, really like, and this one is just a shirt my friend gave me a couple of winters ago, and I'm also going to be keeping this one. This is mostly just like tops, and I have a couple of vests in here as well. This is a vest I've had for a few years now. It's been on the chopping block, and I am not going to wear it. I don't like the color of it. I don't love the fit. And so it is time to say goodbye. This was a little bit of an impulse purchase. It was pretty cheap at a consignment shop, and I thought it was fun. I think it was one of the very first things I purchased after my no-buy year was over. Have not worn it. Do not anticipate wearing it. It's cute. My daughter doesn't want it. It's gonna go back into the secondhand market. I just want to highlight this little top. It's a vintage top. I feel like it was like maybe part of a bridal set at one point. It is in the top 5 items that I've ever thrifted. Change of scenery because it started to pour and it got even darker out in the bedroom. So I thought that I would just move us into the closet where the lighting is also really bad, but consistently bad, I guess. A few years ago, I didn't even have any skirts, and now I have 5. I am going to get rid of this one. This is the velvet skirt that goes with the little blue velvet jacket that I showed you earlier. Next up is pants, and I have also included this jumpsuit. I have had this jumpsuit for years. It's silk, but I actually like wearing it in the winter more than in the summer. I am not feeling this right now, so because I have loved it in the past, I am going to put this one back with summer storage and revisit it in the warmer months. These are a pair of pants that I made. I am very proud of them. I think they're beautiful. I made them from a thrifted blanket. However, I find that the waistband is extremely thick, and whenever I put them on lately, it just feels like a lot. I'm going to put them back into storage and see if I miss them. If I want to pull them out at any point during the winter, then I will get them back in my wardrobe, but if not, then it might be time for these to move on. And that's it for pants. I think all of these are good. I have been a dress girl in the past, and these are kind of the remnants of that period in my life. These are the ones that have survived quite a few declutters, and one of them is this vintage LL Bean dress that I think I thrifted in 2019, maybe 2018, and I'm ready to let this one move on. I recently wore it, didn't love it, and I actually have another long black dress that my family gave me for my birthday this year, and I just like this one so much more, so this one is going to be decluttered. This is a dress that I bought years and years and years ago. It kind of fits a little bit weird here in the waist to hip, and I've never really worn it. I bought it during that period of time where if I even marginally liked something, then I would buy it. Now I only buy things if I absolutely love them, and this one I don't. I actually held on to this for a long time because I thought my daughter would like to wear this someday, but I did reconfirm with her and she doesn't think she'll ever be into this. So we are going to get rid of this one. I don't know if you saw the video where I styled this dress into 5 outfits, but I will put it up here. This TV dress, it's a long maxi, it's pleated. I love the colors. I don't wear this very often because I find it a little bit tight across the bust and it doesn't sit the way I want it to. When the warmer months come, I think this one will be going to consignment. And this is a leather dress that I thrifted years ago. I would almost put this in a category of really cool things that I've thrifted. So if I had to have 5, this would probably be number 4. And I hold on to it. Not that I live a life where I wear a leather dress very often, so I'm going to still keep this one for now. But even still, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 13 dresses. That feels like a lot of dresses for somebody who doesn't wear dresses right now, or not often. I have all of the sweaters and the cardigans that I want to get rid of. This cardigan is the same as a couple of the other items that I bought when I thought that I might be a reseller, and I brought it up into my wardrobe, decided that it's not actually anything that I'm going to wear, and I'm just gonna get rid of this one. This is a half zip that I thrifted a while ago, and it's ready to leave. This sweater is a Laling cotton sweater with like the zip. I was planning on getting rid of it anyway, and somehow it ended up with a little hook. I don't know if you can see that. And I need to fix it and then bring it in for consignment once it is fully fixed. Oh, and then this is a merino V-neck sweater that I think I thrifted 2 winters ago. I have worn it maybe twice, and I am sure that at least one of those wearings was out of guilt. So this can move on. Oh, and the pile fell on the floor. Okay. The rest of my sweaters feel really good. I got a little bit bored one evening and decluttered a couple of things. One was like my loungewear and accessories. And I have decided to get rid of this cashmere set. This green by my face, I just don't like it. I don't feel good in it. And actually my family for Christmas gave me, oh, that was a bad idea. Okay. Note to self, don't sit on this. It's not a chair. Back to what I was saying. My family bought me this scarf and a matching hat, which is downstairs in our coat closet from Colorful Standard, and it is the emerald green color, and I really like this. It's giving me that little bit of color that I wanted with that set, but it's the right color. So I have this and I don't need that. Six, 10, 13 items are going to go for consignment. These are like higher quality, higher price point, or more trendy items. And then I have 6 items that I'm going to drop off at the thrift store. And then I have 2 more items that I'm either going to bring to the thrift store or I could drop off at a different consignment shop. 6, 7. So 8 of these items are going to go to one consignment shop, and then the rest, 13 items, which includes these boots, are going to go to a different consignment shop. So that is 8 and 13. So 21 items that I'm getting rid of today. 22, I forgot the handbag, and I will send that one to that consignment. I've thought about it a little bit more, and I have decided to keep these 2 shirts down and not put them away in storage. My main goal is to have mostly a year-round capsule wardrobe, and then to just add in the pieces I need for either cold weather or warm weather. But we're going to put these 2 back in the wardrobe. I am, however, going to put away the silk jumpsuit, especially since I'm getting rid of those tall platform boots, because they used to look really good with this jumpsuit. Because this is a cropped jumpsuit, I would always need a pair of boots that was a little bit higher, and with those gone, I don't exactly know if I would have a pair that's high enough to wear with this. So I'm going to put this away, and then I'm going to put these pants away as well and just revisit them a little bit later. They almost just feel a little too bulky, and maybe that's my mistake for making them from a blanket. This looks like mostly warm weather storage. But I'm going to put these pants in here anyway because my other container is pretty full and pretty heavy to get down off of the top shelf. It's 2 weeks later, and I had fully intended to publish the first part of this video before the new year, but that didn't exactly go to plan. And in a way, I'm kind of happy that it didn't, because I have been able to sit with the clothing that I chose to keep for the last 2 weeks, and I definitely saw a few pieces that I was holding on to but that I didn't really need to hold on to, and so I thought I would share those with you today before I actually do get this video put up. I'm going to try to go in the order of the categories that I presented earlier. I have decided to get rid of this vintage leather vest. The leather is really stiff, and because the vest is a little bit too big for me, it has some edges that aren't 100% comfortable, and as much as I love it, I just don't feel like it's a piece that I'm going to reach for often, and I don't want to have things in my wardrobe that I'm only holding on to with no intent to ever really wear them. So this is the first piece. The second piece is this green and brown and cream wool jacket. I have debated getting rid of this jacket quite a few times in other videos as well, and it's always stuck around, and I thought that maybe my daughter would want it at some point, but she told me she doesn't. So I'm going to let go of this one. It also sheds a lot, so I have to be, like, it's on my clothes right now. I have to be really careful about what I wear with this, or else I will have to carry a lint remover around with me, and that just doesn't feel very practical. So this one's going to go too. I'm also going to let go of this vest. It was a cardi coat, and I had cut the sleeves off of it to turn it into a vest, and I did enjoy it when I did that project last year, but I've only worn this vest once this year, and I didn't really love how it was fitting, so I'm also going to let this one go. The fourth item is this orange jacket. You would have seen this earlier, and I said that I was going to keep it because I actually was surprised to find that orange looked pretty good on me, or at least I thought so. However, most of the clothing that I would wear this jacket with is black, and every time I try it with something that's black, I just think Halloween. And I don't want to think that when I'm wearing something. And also, I don't feel like this is a jacket that I would wear year round. And I mentioned earlier that I would like to get to the point where I have a year-round capsule. So I just don't see this being something that works within that. The fifth item I'm getting rid of is this black silk shirt. It's got white piping. I bought this at a consignment shop maybe 2 winters ago, and I think it's really pretty, but I never reach for it. I have another silk shirt that I prefer more and would always reach for first. Having one feels like lots. The sixth item, you would not have seen this in the video because it was in a, I guess, alterations pile. And if you have seen a previous decluttering video, you may recognize this blazer. It's a vintage silk blazer. It has this gorgeous floral print. I think it was made for somebody who's taller than I am, so it just doesn't fit me how I think it should fit me. And I did debate taking it apart and making a top out of it, but I have come to the conclusion that I don't like to alter things. I like to have a piece of fabric and start from scratch and make clothing. So I don't think I'm ever going to take this apart and make a top out of it. And also, it's so pretty that I would be afraid to destroy it. And I think that there is somebody out there who this would fit perfectly. And I just want them to find this. The next two items are actually from my sweater drawer, and I hadn't intended to get rid of them, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized I wasn't going to wear them anymore. First up is this cashmere silk blend long sweater. I bought it 2 sizes too big, and I have worn it a lot, but I just feel like it is too oversized for me now. While I really do like oversized clothing, I'm trying to have it be less oversized, like maybe a little more intentionally oversized, and I feel like it looks like it's 2 or 3 sizes too big. And then I have this brown cashmere sweater, super soft, and I just never reach for this. I don't really like the color of it, so I'm gonna let this one go. I just don't want to hold on to items just because they're super soft. So the final 3 items are more accessories. One is these hiking boots. I got these, I think, in 2019, and I really love them. I think they're so cool. I like the color, I like the red strings, and I wore them a lot in that first winter and I think the second one, but I haven't really worn them since, and they just don't feel like they go with a lot of my outfits that I wear. I have other boots that I prefer to wear with those outfits. I don't even use them to walk the dog. I'm just gonna let these go. I have 2 handbags. The first is this bucket bag that I thrifted a very long time ago. I actually really love it. It's just way too big. I don't carry very many things in my handbag, so when I wear this one, it just feels like it's huge. And what I would like to do is I would like to get a smaller bucket bag to replace this one. And then the final handbag I'm getting rid of is this black leather tote. I bought this off a friend a few years ago, and I used to always love it, and I told her if she ever wanted to get rid of it that I would buy it from her, and she took me up on that offer, and I really do like it. Again, I have the same problem with this as I do with the bucket bag. It's just too big. I am never going to use a bag this big. So I'm gonna let this one go. And I want to show you one thing that I actually pulled out of the declutter pile and that I'm going to keep. Hold on. I decided to keep this khaki colored short jacket. I found that I needed a shorter jacket this past week, and I have worn this 2 days over the last 7 days, and I've really liked it, and I don't know what I was thinking. Also, my daughter was very happy I kept this, and she told me that she would have been upset if I got rid of it. So I guess win-win. Yeah, but that is another 11 items to add to my declutter pile -1. So we were at 22. Take off this one puts us back down to 21, and add on 11, and we are at 32 items decluttered. And that is going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you feel like maybe getting rid of a few items that you never wear so that you can see all of the things that you own and love. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Tell me in the comments what is one thing that you will never ever part with in your closet, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.